Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence.
Here are today's top headlines. Wolfgang Bernhard is back at Benz. A Korean labor union wants to organize Hyundai's workers everywhere in the world. And a quick review of what's new at the Chicago Auto Show. Up next, we'll be back with the news behind the headlines. This is Autoline Daily, Wednesday, February 11, 2009, and now the news. He's back. WardsAuto.com reports Wolfgang Bernhard is rejoining Daimler, this time in charge of Mercedes-Benz vans. Wolfgang had a stellar career at Mercedes before joining Chrysler as the number 2 man to Dieter Zetsche. When Zetsche returned to Daimler, he tried to bring Bernhard back with him to run Mercedes, but in a boardroom putsch, Bernhard was bounced out of the company. He landed at Volkswagen, was given the heave-ho there when Ferdinand Piëch took over again and paved the way for Martin Winterkorn to take over. So Bernhard did a stint at Cerberus and consulted with Magna, but now he's back at Daimler. You know, there's no way Zetsche brought him back just to do commercial vans. So who's in charge of Mercedes-Benz cars right now? Dr. Thomas Weber. Better watch your 6, Dr. Weber. They sent me an early script, and I already know which way this story is going to go. But you know, as one exec jumps back into the automotive fray, 2 more are jumping out, this time dropping out of the public relations arena. Tony Cervone announced earlier this week that he's leaving GM to head up PR for United Airlines. And this morning, Simon Spruill announced he's leaving as head of PR at Nissan to go to Microsoft. I'd like to tell you what position he got at Microsoft, but Simon sent me a copy of the release as a docx document, which is a Microsoft standard. But the Microsoft software that I use can't open that kind of document. The Korean Confederation of Labor Unions wants to create a global union to organize all workers at the Hyundai Kia Group. According to Wards, Hyundai Kia has plants in the U.S., China, the Czech Republic, India, Slovakia, and Turkey. The U.S. workers are the only ones not represented by a union, and the KCLU wants to work with the UAW to help organize them. Whoa! Nissan applied for U.S. government financing to help make electric vehicles and develop advanced batteries. According to Reuters, Nissan plans to upgrade its Smyrna, Tennessee plant and build a new facility for battery production. Nissan plans to bring an electric car to the United States by 2010. Autoblog reports that a company called Ice Engineering developed a system that will almost instantly clear the ice off a windshield. By coating the glass with a transparent but electrically conductive film, the system can zap the glass with a high-voltage pulse of electricity that melts the ice in a matter of seconds. This technology is already used on a bridge in Sweden and on the glass roof of a mall in Moscow. Well, the door is open for the media at the Chicago Auto Show today, and here's some of the big news blowing out of the Windy City. Ford is bringing back the Taurus SHO, which stands for Super High Output. The original SHO was a real performer when it came out in 1989, thanks to its 220 horsepower Yamaha V6. Today's car offers a 3.5-liter EcoBoost engine with 365 horses, a 6-speed automatic, and all-wheel drive. You'll see it this summer with a price of about $38 grand. Ford is also debuting a new Harley-Davidson version of the F-150. It features a unique grille and front fascia, plus a sport-tuned suspension with 22-inch wheels. The interior also gets dressed up with special leather and Harley badges. Nissan chose the Chicago show to announce the pricing of its compact cube. A base version of this little 5-door will set you back about $14 grand. The company's also announcing a trim line for it called Chrome that offers unique exterior pieces and 16-inch wheels. The cute little cube is set to go on sale in early May. And pricing of the all-new Hyundai Genesis Coupe has also been announced. A base model with the 2-liter turbo will sticker at $22 grand, while a top-of-the-line version will set you back about $31 grand. That's the latest from the Chicago show. Coming up next, it's time for You Said It.
Changing tires out here could be dangerous, but with these tires, I don't need to worry.
Bridgestone.
And now it's time for some of your feedback. We get all kinds of comments and questions from you, our viewers. You said it, gives me a chance to respond. Charles Hurst writes in to say, please do me a favor, pronounce the name of Hyundai properly. The company's name is pronounced Hyundai, like Sunday. For some reason, you and many other Detroit automotive reporters insist on pronouncing it Hyundai. Please get it right. Well, Charles, me and a bunch of Detroit automotive reporters get to interview the company's top execs from Korea, and they all pronounce it Hyundai. In fact, the U.S. is the only country in the world where their American marketing department wants us to pronounce it Hyundai. Sorry, but I'm not falling victim to a marketing ploy. I'm pronouncing it like the people who run the company pronounce it. And Pedro Fernandez wrote in with a comment on our report that Chinese cars could be made in Mexico. Wow, he says, a Mexican-built Chinese car? Not even Nostradamus would have predicted that mess. It should be called a Yugo Vega and come with a life insurance policy. Wow, Pedro. And Ron Paris wrote in before asking about European pedestrian safety regulations and their effect on design, and then wrote in again to say, I guess your comments about the current trend towards smiley face front end treatments is kind of an indirect way of answering my question about European pedestrian crash safety regs and their effect on styling design, eh? Well, you got a point, Ron. Front bumpers now have to be shaped to buckle pedestrians at the knees to ensure they strike the proper place on the hood with their heads. Sounds gruesome, but it is a way to save their lives. And the smiley bumper designs are a good way to hide how those bumpers have to jut out. Well, you know, there's just not enough time to get to all your questions and comments, but thanks for sending them and keep them coming. That brings us to the end of today's show, but before we go, I need to remind you about our trivia challenge. This week, our lucky prize winner gets this limited edition Autoline 10th anniversary DVD. For your chance to win, all you have to do is correctly answer the question, but not so fast. I can't tell you what it is because it's only available to our email subscribers. If you want a chance to win, sign up for our free newsletter. Just follow the link on our homepage and subscribe today. We'll randomly pick the winner from the list of correct responses and announce that on Friday. That does it for today's show in the global automotive industry. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.